Well, anyways, the Duluth model of feminism is the basis for our laws, really, when it comes to domestic violence. The man is always the aggressor. The man is always bigger. He's always more physical. He has testosterone. He has more of a capacity for violence. When women kill, they usually use a gun. They usually use they're usually more successful. If a woman is resolved to kill somebody, she'll do it. So it'll be one and done. Guys will beat the hell out of each other, and then whether they do or they don't. But when women kill, it's much more efficient. For men, it could be abusive. And so the Duluth model of feminism is erroneously so, based on the assumption of the male anger bias. So when there's a domestic issue, they remove the man from the home. It's also the basis for why women get sole custody, or like at least joint custody, primary custody, 86% of the time in child custody laws. Men get it, 14%, 16%? Somewhere in there. I believe it's 86% is the latest number that I remember seeing. 86% of child custody is awarded to women, whether that's sole custody or that's primary custody. And again, based on the idea that daddy might not be the best person to be raising children. And the only thing that sort of offsets that is if mommy is a criminal or mommy is a drug addict. And then then they get joint custody. So the anger bias is definitely in the presumption that Steven Crowder is the aggressor in this. We don't know what led up to this. Guys who have been in this position right here, where they're at their wits fucking end, they know it just doesn't happen like that. It is a process where it's building over, and she's nagging. It's passive aggressive behavior, and it's like a sexless marriage and everything else. It's like excuse after excuse, or it's complaint after complaint after complaint. There's zero appreciation, and he even mentions this in a few cases here. Now, what's going to happen? And I'm just going to preempt here. What's going to happen is people are going to say, "This is the manosphere. This is why this happened." I'm already seeing it. I'm seeing it from Brittany Venti, who looks like she's functionally autistic to begin with. But I'm seeing this from Destiny, and not some I don't want to harp on Destiny because he actually had a good take on this. Sorry, Destiny. I kind of agree with you on some of this. But there's a lot of people who right now want to say on Twitter and other places that the behavior that you're seeing from Steven Crowder is because he's been listening to guys like me, or he's been listening to guys like Fresh and Fit, or he's been listening to guys like Andrew Tate. That the Tate ideology, the Tate viral meme, reprogramming has got into his brain, and that's why he's saying what he's saying, and he's not deferring to her authority. He's not deferring to I'll do whatever you say. It's probably that is the result. He's at his wit's end right now. He sounds to me like guys I know who either want counseling from me, or I see them in videos from TikTok, short form videos, where the guy is just getting down on it. He's pedestalizing the woman. After a while, that pedestalization becomes something of an enslavement for that guy, like a mental psychological enslavement for that guy. It's like codependency. He can't get away from her because he's married to her, and God forbid he should ever get divorced from her. And now remember, this is pre-divorce. So, because this is 2021. So all this is pre-divorce, and his brand is based on having the perfect little marriage, having the perfect little blonde girlfriend who became his wife. They went to church together. They waited for marriage. They got married. Got married early by today's standards. They got married very early, 24 years old. I don't know. I think she might have been 22. That's very early for now. And remember, they got married in 2012. I'm going to show you. In fact, he was very self-righteous about this. I'm going to read you an article where he's getting very self-righteous about this. But I do agree with you, Baker. It is definitely the male anger bias